Hi everyone, I'm going to show you a really easy Paleo pistachio biscotti. It's a lovely recipe and you can vary the flavours depending on what you have available. I'm obviously going to use pistachio nuts, and the first thing I'm going to do is you could roast these if you wanted to. I'm just going to quickly pulse them just to break them up. Now obviously you could do this by hand so that they're loosely chopped, and then we're just going to take those out and we're going to add those a lot later. Now because this is a paleo recipe, I'm going to do the pistachio biscotti with a base of ground almonds. So I'm going to put those in the food processor. And the great thing about this recipe is that pretty much it all goes in the food processor and then we shape it. Now to help it hold together, I'm going to use just a little bit of arrowroot, just a couple of tablespoons. You could use a bit of tapioca as well if you wanted. To help it rise, just about half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. Now I also like to add superfood, so I've got here some lucuma powder, which is a lovely fibre. It's quite a fibrous fruit and high in magnesium, good source of antioxidants as well, so I quite like adding that one. And then I'm going to just mix this up and add the wet ingredients, and the wet ingredients will help bind it. So first of all, the sweetener. Now I'm using a little bit of Sweet Freedom here, just trying to keep the glycemic load as low as possible. And I'm going to just blitz that up, and then we'll add just a small amount of coconut oil to help blind it. So now around about 1 to 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. If you can tolerate dairy, you could add a little bit of ghee instead. And then we're just going to pulse that up. Now you don't want it too wet, so just vary the amount depending on your flours, because some of the arrowroot can soak up more of the liquid. So now we're going to add the flavourings. I'm going to add those pistachio nuts that I already just pulsed up. And then here I've got a lovely mixture. It's actually by a superfood company called Iswari, and they have a lovely sort of breakfast topper. And I'm using that because it's got mulberries in, goji berries and activated almonds. So I'm putting that one in today. You could vary it. You could use, say, some dried cherries. You could actually use some chocolate chips if you wanted, or cacao nibs would be lovely. Now don't over process this, we're just going to pulse it so that it mixes in together. So then get yourself a baking tray, and I've lined this with greaseproof paper, and then take your mixture and we're going to squeeze the mixture together with our hands. If you're finding that it's not coming together, just add a little bit more of the coconut oil. Bring it together with your hands like so, and then we're going to place it on the baking tray, and you're just going to shape it with your hands into an oblong shape. Doesn't matter if it's a little bit rugged. Press it down and press the edges so that it's all sticking together. Now with biscotti, we bake it twice. So we're going to put it in the oven like this, and then later, when it's golden, we will slice this and bake the slices again. So once it's been cooked, allow it to cool for about an hour until it's nice and cool and firm to touch. Then we're going to cut it at an angle, so it's at a diagonal, into slices. It needs to be cool before you do this bit. And then it will go back in the oven for about 20 minutes until the biscotti are lovely and crisp. After another 20 minutes, you'll find that your biscotti are lovely golden brown, and ideally allow those to cool completely so that they crisp up, and these will keep in the tin for about a week. And these are gorgeous Paleo biscotti.